G'day folks, Cleggy here for detectorist.com.au and XP Deus metal detectors in Australia. Pretty cool day for me. Got a box showing up from France, and inside was, as you can possibly see here, I'll bring it up nice and close. Sorry about the light shine and everything. 22 centimeter HF coil. So this is the round high frequency coil. So what I'm going to do today is set it up for the first time. This has got the new high capacity battery system that now resides in the stem. The beauty of that is in years to come, when you need a new battery, it'll be 2 seconds to replace it. So here we go. This is the coil itself inside the box as it comes. As with all XP Deus coils, it comes with the lower stem included. So that's the lower stem. The HF coil itself, it's a 9-inch round, and as you can see, this is the new battery setup here. So alright, let's get the instructions out and get into it. Now, I've never done this before, so forgive me if I make a mistake or accidentally swear. Me and construction sometimes don't get along so well, so I'll just get everything out, and I'm assuming that's the battery inside the cylinder. I'll just get a set of connecting hardware, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, and there's an extra bit already that I've never used before. I only want one of those. Oh. And something to do it up with. So as I said, I've never done it before, and I'm doing it live, not a setup, so I just want you people to know that it's not a hard job. So anyway, let's have a bit of a go at it. There's the connecting hardware, there's the coil, little red thing. I'll put the hardware down here, and let's have a look at the instructions. One, very similar to the old coil, really, with the addition of this little fella here. So I'll keep the instructions somewhere visible. So number one, this little fella goes in the end of the stem. Oh, there we go. So that little fella there goes into the end of the stem. That's number one. Number two is we grab our rubber washer, and I'll just make sure I get this around the right way. That'll go on like that, so that's right. So the rubber washer then goes in. You'll see that there's two sides, a filled inside and a side with some holes or spokes in it, I suppose. So the washer goes into the filled inside like so. We then put that into the coil itself, and line up the holes. Bolt goes in. Now the bolt goes in, there's two sides of the coil. There's one and two. You'll see this side here's got a couple of lines and a little shape of a bolt in it. So the bolt, funny enough, goes in that side. That way it holds it there when you tighten it up, and you don't need a spanner. Alright, I'll just get this lined up. I see what I've done. Little fella there needs to go in a bit. That must go up. I see. So the little bit here in the middle that you put up the middle here needs to go quite a way up so that it's all lined up through the center. So that makes sense, and I didn't swear. Pretty happy with that. You might have heard some muttering. So again, just make sure when you do this you get your stem round the right way too. There's a thin side and a thick side, and the thick side's the bottom. So when we fit the coil, we know it goes this way. So it's make sure you get it on right the first time. Nothing worse than putting something together and then having to pull it apart to fix something. So this should go now that I haven't got something blocking it. Make sure that hole's nice and lined up. And in goes the bolt. We then place this little plastic doobie here. You'll see that there's a cutout, same shape on that, so it's pretty simple. Just place it on into plate, push it in a little ways like so, and then on with the nut. To do everything up. I'll just get that firm but not tight, and that's holding in place really nicely. I could actually even back it off a little bit. Beautiful. Love a new coil. So we've installed the lower shaft. Now what we've got to do is get the battery and this cord and everything installed. So we've got the red hook here, and it looks like if I get the battery out of here, take the battery out of the tube, so we've got the battery itself. Yep, that's a battery. Pretty cool. And just by looking at the instructions, this seems like pretty intuitive, if I'm honest with you. I'll just take this off. And get rid of a bit of masking tape. So here we have the lead itself and the coil. So just looking at the instructions, we fold the shaft down so it's over forward. So that's how you would store the coil in your case, for example. We then hook the red hook, then hooks to this plug, like so. We then place that up the stem. Red hook and all. And push the cord through. I'm really hoping that it did. Red hook's just poking out the end here, so we just pull that, and it's on a telescopic kind of lead. Unhook it. We then take our battery and plug it in by the look. Yep. Okay, that's a screw system, so we just make sure that's screwed down. We plug it in. There's two little holes and two little pins, if you can see that. So as I said, this is my maiden voyage. Then we'll do up the little collar here. Do the little collar up. Tight but not ridiculous. I don't think you'll need spanners. Then we'll sit that in there, and that just sits in there nice. So there we have it. And how good's that? The light is flashing to indicate that the coil's now running. So all I need to do now is to pair that with my Deus, and I'll have a high frequency coil. So there it is, folks. I'm sorry it took kind of 10 minutes to do. As I said, it's my first time ever putting it together. So I just wanted to do it live, just so everyone's comfortable and knows that even when it's your first time doing it, as I pretty much guarantee it will be, you'll be able to do it as well. I've just opened the box, read the instructions and got that running. So that was really simple. Really happy. Alright guys, that's a HF coil. I'll pair it up to the machine and we'll see it running very soon. Cheers, 8. Bye bye.